going to go pond dipping with the school.
The bottom here. You'll see more clearly when we get to the pond. So we'll do one over there. Here. And now, this is what we call a telescopic net, and it means to say that I can use it. There's only one of these, so I better use it because otherwise children could fight over it. I stand at the edge of the pond, you see, and I can reach right into the middle to catch all sorts of nice things. And I might be able to catch something really what we call barbed wire. Very prickly, not good for the skin, not good for the clothes, so do be careful. Right. Just make it go like that, make a tingle in my finger.
Branstone Farm Conservation Area, in fond memory of the first warden of Branstone Farm, Mr. T. Woodman. Man is man, and only as he makes life and nature happier to us.
One of my favourite places. Did we come in here last time?
No.
It's changed a little bit since last time. I've been working on it over the winter, odd times, to create a little nature trail. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about it when we go in. So follow me, just checking that you're not going to squish anything. You just put that back as we found it like that, you see. I think you find all sorts of lovely things under there. We found a little baby newt once with some children, and they thought that was wonderful. Baby newt. Over on my right, there's a cleared area, and next year I'm going to build a bird feeding station here. We're going to have all different sorts of bird tables at different levels, and put different sorts of food out, see if we can attract all sorts of nice birds into the area. I think it would be lovely. Right, well we'll head to the pond, and we're going to wait behind that wooden rail over there, please. Or we have to make sure that you're nice and safe when you're at the pond. If anything goes wrong, then there's plenty of grown-ups to sort the problem out, but you should never ever go near water if you're on your own or with a friend. It's only when you're with grown-ups. Now you're nice and safe behind the wooden rail at the moment because the bank is very steep and you're never quite sure where the bank finishes. New boards on this year because when I came to the pond in November to have a little look, see what was going on, my foot went through one. And I thought, well, we can't have children coming to the farm and putting their feet through the boards and falling into the water. So I had to replace every single board along here, make sure it's nice and safe for people to walk on. You'll have to lean over. Put a little drop of water in the bucket, not too much because otherwise the bucket's too heavy for you to carry back to the farm. We need a little drop of water to start with because we're going to put our catch in here in a moment. So that goes there. And could I just borrow a net with a little tube at the bottom, please? Thank you, Mrs. Ash. Lovely. Now, lots of children, they just plunge their net into the water and they dig up great clods of mud from the bottom. Try not to do that because it clouds all the water up for the children when they have their dip in a minute. We can't all dip at the same time, we're going to take it in turns. We don't churn the water up too much if you're first down here. Now, because Mr. Genny's quite tall, he's going to dip over the top, but you might find it easier to dip underneath the rail. And the best thing to do is to aim your net amongst the weed, because that's where lots of creatures will be found. So just a quick dip amongst the weed like this, thread the net through, not into the mud remember, and then with this net you just have to bring it up out of the water for a moment or two to let some of the water drain out. The idea of the net with the tube at the bottom, catch all the creatures in the tube with the smallest amount of water possible. Remember that we're not here to study water, we're to study the creatures that live in the water. So we want to come back or take back to the farm as much put as many creepy crawlies as we can with as little water as possible. Right, let's just have a little look. We've got a bit of weed in there which perhaps we can throw back. I said they were going to be very small, and my goodness me, there's all sorts of lovely things in there. Now, I can't come all the way down the line, but just in case you think I'm making it all up, you have a little look in there and see if you can see anything swimming around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, very small though, aren't they?
There's one in the tube yet.
Oh, sorry about that. My hand just... I had a twitch thing. My hand twitched by mistake and somebody got wet.
Time to listen again. Time to listen again. Look at Mr. Gurney and listen.
Where's he?
Right.
I can't see him.
Now, do be careful, it's very slippery here. Are we all done? Well, we'll have a look later, shall we see? Now, could you follow me back, please? We're going to start this, please. Now, these great big tall evergreens do tend to fall over at some times during the year, especially when it's windy, because they don't have very many roots to keep them upright. And we can look at this tree here and see what a poor root system it's got. And the poor thing has fallen over, but I haven't chopped this one up, and I'm deliberately going to leave it because blackbirds not like to nest in the branches there. But it does show children just how much top growth there is, branches and leaves, as compared with the very poor roots in here. Go to the bathroom when you're ready, please.
The washing of the boots.
Oh, no, that's an excellent catch here. That's a little baby newt. Now you're to leave that in the tray. You're not to try and take that out because you'll damage it. They're very, very rare in the pond, so please leave it where it is. Oh, that's lovely. That's a dragonfly larva. Now you have to leave that in the tray as well because they live for 3 years in the pond before they turn into dragonflies. 3 whole years. So leave that one where it is as well. It's lovely. It's lovely. Then I'll go back to the pond.
We wanted to show you, but we can't find him at the moment.
Well done. You will take other creatures out and put them in these little pots.
You found a dragonfly larva, didn't you?
Look, what's that?
Do you want to swap the chair?
Have I got some?
We don't want any funny things. I think if I was shall we say, a water boatman, and I was a hungry water boatman, I think I'd probably think twice about coming and go and eating a water. Well, we'll come on to that in a minute. But look, here, once again, we've got sucked up with daphne. Well, there's hundreds of daphne in the pond, thousands and thousands. And the reason why there are so many daphne in the pond is because they are right at the bottom of the food chain. They are food for loads and loads of different creatures in the pond. Water boatmen eat them. Water beetles eat them. Great diving beetles eat them. That's probably why there are so many. And you can actually buy daphne in a pet shop, dried, to feed your goldfish with. But this is the little creature that we're interested in here, and it's called a flatworm. So whoever it was that said worm was quite right. It's not quite the sort of worm that we would expect to find. It's a flatworm, and it sort of moves like this. Here it is. Oh, got something else I was showing you. Now look, it's stuck here, part of one end of its body, and it's looking for somewhere to put the other end. And when it finds somewhere to put the other, oh, it did it. See, it lifted up the other end, and that's how it moves around, just like this. Clever, isn't it? 1 minute it's very, very long, the next minute it's all scrunched up. If you look at it when it's really long, you can see its body's divided up into sections.
Yeah. If you took that
I don't think that one would, actually, no, because it's not quite the same bee cyclops. Because it's carrying 2 little sacks of eggs behind it. And those 2 black blobs have got loads and loads of eggs which will turn into little baby cyclops. Right, this is nice. There's something in there, something wrong. Well, don't worry about the Daphnia that we seem to have sucked up again. This is what I want to show you. It's stuck at the moment in a bubble of air in the slide. So once it comes out, we should see it swimming around. There it goes. Now look very closely because it carries a little bubble of air around with it. And that's how it breathes. It carries its own oxygen supply around the pond. And when that little, when that little bubble of air gets used up, he puts his bottom back in this air bubble here to renew his oxygen supply. I wonder if he'll do that. Can you see, look, that just there, that dropped off. Put his bottom in there, I expect. Oh, there he goes. That's that John Clever, isn't it? It's like an aqualung on his back, except that this little bubble of air is trapped underneath its wings. He got stuck in the bubble.
Can you just ask, do you think they get very hot in projecting?
They do get a little bit hot, that's why Mr. Gunny doesn't leave them in there for very long. As I put my hand over the back here, you come and have a little feel, Lauren, too. Just got all embarrassed, but the reason I'm staring at her, but she's not upside down. And yet, in my eye, is a lens to help me see. But how come Alona is still the right way up? He just asked me what that last creature was, and I didn't tell you, but I thought you'd probably know. That's the creature that's swimming around with a bubble of air.
Some of you drew it.
It's a water beetle, yes, I'm sorry, I should have told you, a water beetle, yes. Now,
This is a mayfly.
once again we seem to have caught our Daphnia. Please listen, everybody.
Listen,
This
look, listen and learn.
is a mayfly larva. Now, I've used the word larva because you really need to know what it means. The U. Not you, but the U. E-W-E. The two little light-coloured ones here belong to this ewe, and they're about 2 weeks old now, and that's beside her mum. Or he, I don't know if it's he or she from where I'm standing. But that's, she had twins, she just had one. Right, now you come in the circle, please. Side by side, Sean. He says, hello everybody.
It's going to fall down that milk.
I'll just bring them into the circle a minute. Just wait, in there. They do like to show off. Look what we've got here, boys. Now, we're going to start here. Your bottle with one lamb goes that way round, and your bottle with your lamb goes this way round. So everybody gets a go, see? But don't take the lamb out of the bottle out of the lamb's mouth each time, because otherwise they don't know what's happening.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, all right then, never mind. You carry on, carry on. Right, I'll get out of the way. Pass them round.
Look away, now the guy.
He didn't want to.
One of Hester's names is called Sherry Blair.
Oh no. Nice. Get ready to cross over here.
Here we are.
Pass it on, pass it on, pass it on.
To see, ooh.
That way.
Oh, lovely. Thank you very much. Just come and say goodbye, I expect.
No, it's a song. I've got little tongues up there.
They have.
How old are these, Mr. Jones?
These are 5 weeks now. The other ones, Alona, won't need to be bottle fed because they've got a mum to feed them, haven't they?
Are they both got names? Who's that one?
We'll call that one Sean.
I mean, what's she?
Alona wants me to wave goodbye with this one. Two. She's only got 2 teats when the milk comes out. Remember we talked about that on the farm visit? When the mother has got as many as maybe 3 or 4 lambs, you can only feed 2, so the others become orphans. That means to say that they have to be bottle fed, which is the case with these 2 here. Good, I know. I think if I was a little lamb...
You're scaring me. Give me a bit. I'll get it.
A little bit short of time, see? You've got a little bit of time to spare, so there's a bit of a treat for you to come back. You won't be able to see everything. Oh, his mum. Piggy went for a walk around the pen, he didn't tell his mum. And he got tired. Not wrong for Mr. Gurney to make a joke about that, really, but we didn't really...
They are hungry, yeah.
Exactly what's going to happen, somebody's going to trip over. Now, this little calf was born about 5 weeks ago, and she's growing up very, very quickly now.
Michaela, you've just been told not to jump.
Mother was a cow that we got at the farm called Cecily the cow, and Dad was a Hereford bull. Now that's a different sort of cow altogether, a different sort of bull. It's a bull that has a white face and at the moment he seems to be eating, but he's not actually chewing anything. What he's doing, he's eating his dinner for the 2nd time. He's already eaten it once. And he's hiccuping lumps up into his mouth and he's chewing it again. They call that chewing the cud. He'll swallow in a minute if you look closely. You wait a little minute, he'll stop chewing and then he'll swallow and he'll hiccup another great lump of grass back into his mouth.
It's so sweet. Then what do they do?
A minute, he'll stop chewing and then he'll swallow